Hi everyone, this is Disha Dioxide and you are watching CEO Secrets, what made them successful and how we can make it. Today I will be having a conversation with Dr. Vishwanath Lingappa, who is the CEO of Prosetta Bioconformatics USA. We will be hearing about his journey and his experience. Was your path to success easy, sir? Was it just luck or was it hard work?
It was a combination of both. I think it was the Nobel laureate, was it, who was it? Jacques Monod, I think, who said, chance favors probably many people said this, chance favors the prepared mind. So luck is chance, things that randomly happen that you seize rather than let it go by. But that is best seized when you're prepared. And preparation requires hard work. So I think the two go hand in hand. And as I said earlier, I don't know how good I am, but I know that nobody will work harder than me. And I don't worry about how good I am. I just worry about everything I can do, and the rest will attend to itself.
Did you ever feel like giving up? And what kept you going when you did, sir?
That's an interesting question. Of course, like even someone else as self-confident as me has moments of doubt and questioning. And at different times in my life, it's been different, individuals or others that have motivated me. I remember a time. I specifically remember calling my mother in my second year of college, saying, "This is too difficult. I can't." And I was crying on the phone. This is before cell phones. I had to go to the central area where they had, phones you can call up. And I called her. I said, I can't do this. And she talked me down and you said, reassured me. And I ended up, getting, high honors and doing extremely well, but by working very hard.
What was your biggest obstacle, sir, and how did you overcome that obstacle?
Some would say that's still, the wheel is still in spin. But I would say a huge obstacle is lack of, confidence in oneself and questioning, should I take the easy way out rather than the longer term vision that I had set for myself. And that's where, again, it's a double-edged sword you have self-confidence, but that self-confidence sometimes fails you. And you need to, at some point, say, I right now don't see the path, that I know I am on the right path, but I don't see it. Just put one foot in front of the other and keep going towards the goal until you see the light again, it'll come back. Usually the next morning after you've had a good night's sleep. That's another thing. Don't sleep deprive yourself.
Right.
Because that leads to despair.
What sacrifices did you make to reach your current position, sir? And how did it affect you?
I mean, again, one person's sacrifice is another person's, enjoyment, really. So I didn't go to a lot of parties. I, didn't engage in, actually, what my thesis advisor said, in a letter of recommendation that someone else showed me, that he wrote me many years later, he said, the thing about Vishu is he will work relentlessly and is not distracted by hedonism or noise.
Oh.
Okay? It's true. Don't let silly things of the moment distract you from your goal, from the vision you think you can achieve, and set the bar high and work as hard as you can.
What are the 3 things or unique skills that you think made you successful?
So that's an interesting one. So one new one that we haven't talked about is I would say, lucky path I took in college. I actually arrived there as an economics major, despite my my biology background of my parents both being biologists. But I was interested in economics, and for reasons unknown, was drawn away to biology. And yet, although I became a biology major and went into science and medicine,
kind of disappeared.
Well, it didn't completely disappear. So I took a lot of history and a lot of philosophy in my college time. And that, I would say, was the most valuable intellectual experience of my life. Because what it did is it gave me a different perspective on what's the point of all this? Why are we? Because when you get to a certain point of exhaustion or despair or lack of confidence, it's very powerful to have a view of history and an understanding of why you're doing what you're doing. And that came from my study of history and philosophy in college. And literally the ideas that are unique to my company came out of that philosophical perspective that is not, most scientists don't have that background. They approach philosophy in a much more naive way than you get having studied it and seen the limitations of one school of thought or another. So I would say that was a huge contribution to me becoming who I am. And I've already mentioned the hard work and hard work towards a goal. And the final one is, I think I'm very good at empathy. That is, at putting myself in the shoes of the person who I might otherwise detest. Right? The person who you say, this is my enemy, and anything I can do to bury that person, I have an impulse to do. And then you stop and say, let's take some pity on this person. I thank God I'm not him. Right? And now out of that comes some empathy to be kind, even to the most obnoxious person, and recognize that in their own small way, they may be contributing to your success. And I've had very specific examples of that happen to me.
What are the problems your company is solving, sir?
So we believe we have discovered a fundamental level of organization of information that goes beyond genomics. And because it goes beyond genomics, it's really almost futuristic and has resulted in small molecules that are active in very unusual ways for diseases that currently have no treatment, no cure, no treatment. And the challenge is, how do you bring something that really is almost from the future to the present? It turns out the barrier to doing that is enormous. Hence, it's a good thing that I am willing to work day and night, and I will not give up easily. Only my dead body lying right there is proof that I cannot achieve what I set out for.